Good evening, folks. I hope you are all doing well. Look, I'm sorry about the delay, folks. A bit of an internet problem in Ireland. I don't know what's going on with this stick broadband. I do apologise. That's me, Hall Martin's fault and Leo's fault. But look, we're here. I'm here with a debut of Sean. Sean from the south side of Dublin. And then we got El Miguel from Ladrog. So, lads, you're certainly welcome in. It's been a long week, as we all know, because of the international football. Whoever's tuning into YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, get the comments in. We'll all have a bit of banter tonight, and just keep it classy. So I'm gonna start with Sean. Obviously double whammy today. You know, Morelos is on crutches. He's meant to be on crutches. You know, coming out of Glasgow Airport, and then the Cream Buns pull out of this tour to Australia. Well, Ange's, festival in Australia, because they didn't. Do you know what it's like? It's like when you get invited to like a dreaded wedding that you don't want to go to for the sake of it, and you're just like, I don't want to go to it, and you come up with any excuse, and that's what they done. They done today. So, what's your response to it? Hello,
Sean.
Is he frozen?
I think it's them kind of throwing out the primary, isn't it? Is it myself?
Definitely. Yeah, you're perfect. Go ahead, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's them throwing that full primary, really, isn't it?
100%. I think they're at the doing the deal for that. There's been months of preparation and talk behind the scenes, and they're at the, like, even with at the announcement at the time, they had one of their former players over, and they're making a big ordeal about the 150-year anniversary, and then they're not going.
10th.
So like, I know your fans obviously had the banners up for the St Mirren game saying that we're not a part of it, any other show. At the end of the day, we're one club since 1888. So I just don't like it. Just makes you laugh.
Yeah,
like,
but I think like it was.
Go ahead, spill away. Go ahead, yeah.
But I was just saying, the thing that it shows like a kind of lack of professionalism on the club's side as well. They've entered into a contract. Obviously, they're kind of dire circumstances with their financial situation, and that's going to hurt if there's any kind of a penalty or punishment for pulling out of it.
100%. Like, see, the likes of I don't think the likes of the Scottish authorities can't get involved in, because it's obviously overseas, because it's obviously on the winter break. But Mick, what's your response to it? I'm sure you were in stitches laughing there, you're on.
Look, to be honest, just basically what Sean said there about them entering into a contract, there's going to be serious repercussions over this. We don't know what the fine's going to be, but it's obviously not something that we're going to be concerned about. Their finances, it's going to hurt them big time, because they could have earned a lot of money over this, where TV rights, streams. There was going to be 3 games to be played. Well, I think it was 2 or 3 games, whatever it was. But I think they said there was something about it was the Old Firm brand being used. Like, I thought that was quite funny. But obviously, they did bottle it. They listened to their fans way too much. Now, we know, obviously, following Celtic for the last so many years, that our board, if they make a decision, they'll stick by it. Whether it's going to hurt them with the fans, they don't really care, but they're going to make the right decisions. As Sean said, yes, they have bottled it. The board should have just stuck with it and gone with it. Just if it's for one game, fair enough. Just go. Look, to be honest, from my own point of view, I was against the idea, but at this stage, it's too late to turn back, and we're going to see it through no matter what. A better team would probably come in. You could have United in there, you could have Real Madrid in there, you could have Barcelona, whatever. And it's going to be a big money spinner game for us, probably in the Melbourne Cricket Ground. 100,000 fans at the game, if that's how big that stadium is, I believe. And
83,000.
Something along those lines, close enough to 100,000. Jeez, we're not doing maths here tonight, Keith. But yeah, look, it's going to be a nice little money spinner for us. There's no games to be played around that time due to the World Cup. So why not get an extra couple of quid in? And we know the following we have over there. So absolutely, I think Rangers are after blowing it there for, especially for a big couple of quid.
You're gonna say blow that loud. No, you're right. And look at them losing out on merchandise, advertisement, as you said, TV rights, and they're losing out on actually getting an audience from that part of the world.
For a new team, they're obviously going to want to get their jerseys out there as quick as possible. So.
Yeah, and I still can't get my head out how they didn't do that season without having they should have had no sponsor in their jersey. Remember that season that was meant to happen, and they end up getting that Hummels shite in. But anyways, one paint me gaff in it. But Sean, before we move on to it, obviously, if Ange wasn't in charge and we decided to go, which we did, going for Australia, do you think we would have been making a big ordeal out of it as well? On Money Talks.
Yeah. Orange and
you'd be best off coming back in, Sean. Your Wi-Fi keeps dropping, or even go 5G. I'll remove you. I'll just come back in the link when I send you.
Let me just try it.
Sorry about this, folks. As I said, the tree of our internet is absolutely poor tonight. I don't know what's going on. But report as a backup. AC Milan report as a backup, Mick.
Yeah, no, as I said there, Keith, I can see a big team coming in, like a big name team that's going to put bums in seats. So, like I said, AC Milan, Real Madrid, United, possibly Liverpool. You don't know. You could ever even see PSG or something over there. You wouldn't know.
Well, look at Liverpool played. Was a Melbourne victory. That was the picture I put up of Ange on Instagram, and that was a full house in Melbourne, like 90-odd thousand. So
there's going to be a massive attendance at either game any game the Celtic plays. If you add another team to that, absolutely brilliant. So I
wouldn't mind AC Milan. Like, people are saying Milan and they're saying I'd love to get AC Milan, be a good game. Obviously a bit of history with AC Milan. Like, there's obviously a big Italian heritage as well in Italy.
You could even see Inter Milan as well. They could even do like a 1967 kind of team weekend as well in regards to that weekend. With them after dropping out now, it's basically kind of us against a big team now. So it could be like I said, Inter Milan 1967, bring Barcelona in 2012 all over again, that kind of thing. So, or was it 2011? Sorry, I can't remember every date.
Well, you have to kind of see as well. I know the Qatar World Cup is about to happen 2 or 3 weeks later. You kind of have to see what the other football leagues are doing for their breaks as well. We can't just think that we're going to get these teams. Like,
well, as far as I'm aware, all leagues stop, no matter who you are. So.
Yeah. Shamrock Rovers said no. Shamrock Rovers is a name tipped.
Bring Jordan United over, be grand.
That's it. Yeah, look, that's one of the funny fiasco as well. Like, fans buying tickets and getting accommodation sorted to go down under, and that's all gone into Swally now.
Yep. Anyway, like that's their problem. We won't be entering those problems. So look, again, it's not going to be a big thing. We're going to be like we're not going to have our big names there. Like, there's a lot of people there, a lot of players there that could easily be on international duty. So we're not going to have a full strength team regardless there, I don't think.
100%. And what I'm going to say, Sean, is obviously with Celtic going over there, it's going to encourage younger generation of Australians to obviously look into the whole Celtic history, and they're going to obviously meet the gaffer and a former Socceroo as well. So it's good for the Australian market to promote football.
Well, like, if you even look at like Japan through like the signings of the likes of Nakamura, and then obviously the 4 Japanese lads that we have now, like, Celtic's huge over there. Like, I can't say I've been over to Japan personally, but I'd imagine if you're going to get any kind of following for any of the home nations kind of clubs, Celtic will be definitely up there with, if not the biggest, probably just solely from Nakamura, but then obviously having the 4 lads this year is going to help. And the same thing will go with Australia. Obviously we have Scott McDonald, the likes of Jackson Irvine, and
Jackson, remember Jackson Irvine? He's a crazy thing, he is. I've seen him on I was going to say still, okay. Seen him on the open goal. He's nuts.
That's a name that's hasn't been picked out of the air anyway.
I remember he played against Liverpool in Dublin, and he played absolutely unreal for Celtic.
Absolute workhorse.
He just didn't get his chance. Isn't he at Hibs, Jackson Irvine?
I think he's at St. Pauli or something now. I think actually seen he was at St. Pauli, a good link of Celtic. After Hibs, he was at Hibs though.
Yeah. Well, look, as I said, it's this dig at Rangers is not directly at their fans, because their fans majority didn't want to have this so-called friendly. It was more so, Mick. It was more so aimed at the club. They're going to lose out in 3 million, like, and plus if we win the league as well, they're going to be down 30 million. Yes, they'll have the backdoor route in to try to get into the Champions League that we tried to do last season and we failed with Midtjylland. But finances, I tell you, the clock is ticking. It's ticking.
Yeah, as I said, like, they're going to get a fine for this, for breaching the contract by just not following through. Now, unless there was some sort of cool-off period, but I can highly doubt that. Like, it's,
no,
just
100% no.
They listen to their fans, and that was that. But look, again, as I said, that's their problem. It's not ours. We'll follow through, and we'll get merchandise deals. We'll get new fans. We'll get TV rights. We'll get a nice little money spinner out of it.
And do you know what else? Do you know what else? I know Scott McDonald was behind it as well. Skippy was behind, as Sean said. Scott McDonald there. What a man! Remember that goal at IBROX? Fuck, that volley, unbelievable. Just like I know I love Scott McDonald, but there's just 2 goals in particular. Like, well, I know. But with Scott McDonald, I know he's doing his coaching badges at the moment and all in Australia, Sean. Should Celtic give Scott McDonald, if it's successful down there, we start bringing fans through, should he be an ambassador for Celtic in the Aussie market?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, his family anyway, as far as you know, like they're all huge Celtic fans from even when he was at Motherwell at the time. So yeah, absolutely. I think I'm always in favour if, like, bringing kind of through people that are like club men, you know, anyone that has a passion for the club, because you know they're going to give it their all for the club and give you the best kind of possible results. You know, from having someone in that role. But yeah, absolutely. And you never know, one day he could be the next Ange. Definitely,
you never know. Like, as I said, he's doing his coaching badges. I know he's always on Hamish channel. Shout out to Hamish, shout out to the boys. They're doing a great job on that channel. You know, hopefully one day I'll sit down with Hamish. I was raging he was in Dublin and I didn't even get a message off him. I would have met up and had a Guinness with him. But we're going to talk about the game on Sunday, folks. Everybody is talking about the $1 million question. Will Kyogo be fit? People don't like the way I pronounce Kyogo. I don't give a shit. I'm not changing it for you, folks. I think I pronounce it all right. Now, I used to make a balls on the Cham's name. I used to call him Nietzsche. Oliver Nietzsche. I used to get abuse over that on YouTube. It's the Cham.
You're lucky enough that you didn't have the likes of a Nietzsche or Adaby or something like that. You're lucky you didn't have those in the Celtic shorts.
Yeah, Nietzsche. Adaby. But yeah, like, even when Ange came, I couldn't even pronounce his name. I was like, how am I going to get my head around this? This is a tongue twister.
Possibly Coglit took a while for us all to figure out what his name sounded like.
Yeah, that's it. We're going into this game at IBROX in fantastic form. You know, obviously this is the second last game before the split, Mick. How are you feeling?
Honestly, or do you want me to lie?
Now, sometimes you're honest about you got the derby prediction right the last time.
We did.
So how are you feeling?
Nervous. Very, very nervous. Since Monday, it's hit home big time. Like, it's like a war week. It really, really is, and it's a feeling I haven't had for a very, very long time, and I don't know how to feel going into it. So, like, looking forward to the game. Cannot wait for Sunday to arrive. For the 90 minutes, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. I don't know what way it's going to be. Like, obviously, entering into the enemy territory, like, we're going to have 700 fans there. I think it will play its part. Like, I know
Shaun of the Dead.
Something like that, yeah. But we're going to have fans there. That's a big bonus for Eton whatever. Like, we're on a serious run at the minute. Our players are fit. Like, obviously, we'll talk about Kyogo in a few minutes. I think there's a confidence boost amongst a few players. The biggest confidence boost I can see so far is Starfelt. He just seems to be a rejuvenated player. I think
he's going to score the weekend. I really believe he's going to score the weekend.
Every time you say that, he doesn't score anyway. So okay, so I'm not going to be putting money on the score goal. That's for sure. It's just like, it does come down to the way we approach it. Like, I think we have to take the game to them and not sit back. We have to take the way we did in the home game. We have to, because we saw what happened the first game of the season against them. We sat back, we let them take the game to us, and we got punished for it. And then we were probably on top for a long time, and then we were chasing the game when we were 1-0 down, even though we were the better team. So look, I have a score prediction in mind. I'll say it at the end of the night. But it's one of those. It's either going to be a great game for us, or it's going to be a very kind of stalemate, nervy game for us. I just don't know what way to go at the minute. I think we've got the potential to obviously win the game there, but just being in IBROX, it's going to be hard to actually get a result out of it. So,
Sean, what are you feeling about Sunday? Are you a bit nervous? Are you cocky? Are you confident? What's the mood in the camp?
I wish I could say I was cocky and confident, but like Mick, I'm a little bit. The nerves always tend to get the better of me in these games, even in the week leading up. Scenarios running through my head. On form, like aren't there European form? Like, we're in a much greater vein of form. So then we should, like, if form's at the goal boy, we should win the game comfortably. However, in these games it never does. So if you were to give me a draw before the game, would probably take the hand off you, even though it's probably not a popular opinion among Celtic fans. But I just a way I think if we don't lose any points to them, I think that'll be a good result. But I think Jack and Mac is up top. He could bully this. He could easily have him in his back pocket, and once their defence is on song, they're there for the taking.
And you're going with Jack and Mac. What's the midfield you're going for?
Midfield. I'd go. You have to go McGregor, Hatate, and O'Reilly, the same as back in February. I think especially O'Reilly getting the call up, Hatate getting the call up as well, and McGregor's obviously a mainstay. You know, I know Turnbull is kind of coming back to fitness, but I think it might be a little bit too soon for him.
Well, he played the warm-up game there the weekend against Motherwell, Mick. Like, obviously, Bolingoli played as well, and Yeti scored and Julian scored. These are look at. I think a Yeti. I think Bolingoli. I think these boys are going to be gone to somewhere, obviously with Barkas. But I'm sick of talking about Julian, because I can't see Julian getting a sniff in this team.
No, like Bolingoli and Barkas, I think it's certain to say, Yeti as well. I think it's certain to say that they won't be in the mix at all this weekend. Now, I know Yeti came on there a couple of weeks ago, but again, I can't see him being in the mix this weekend. Julian, I said it a long time ago, I can't see Julian in the starting lineup anytime soon. So I've no kind of comments towards Julian at this stage. How long does it take for a man to get fit? Like, he's been out for the guts of season and a half now at this stage. I don't get me wrong, I love the man to bits, would love to see him back, but
Welch came off injured for Scotland the other night, so there is a chance if something goes wrong he could come on.
Yeah, well, look, the guy has played those games before as well, and he knows all. He's scored in the cup final. He knows what those games are all about. I just touching on what we said there about midfield. I think we're 100% right. It's going to be O'Reilly, Hatate, and McGregor in the middle. Like Rogic was obviously pulled back out of the Australian squad. There's a little bit of an injury there we don't know about. But with the lads getting game time, O'Reilly's confidence is going to be high. He's going to want to keep pushing, trying to get into that first team squad. Hatate, the exact same, and McGregor, as we said, is just a mainstay. So I think that is going to be very, very similar to what we'll see on Sunday.
Defence wise, Sean, you go for Jovanovic right back, or you going Ralston or putting Jovanovic left back?
Yeah, I'm probably Greg Taylor's biggest critic, and
I think I am.
With the way Ralston's played this season, I think he's very unlucky that we have such a good right back. Yeah, it's competition between the two of us, but you know what I have to say, since the game back in February, I think he's been very good, and I have to hold my hands up and say it. I don't think he's really put wrong. So I'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt and keep him in there playing left back, and your Jovanovic right back, lads in the centre, Carter Vickers and Starfelt.
Yeah, that's it. Left back, then Ralston right back. No, like at the end of the day, as I'm not a big fan of Taylor, but Taylor, if he's getting calls up for Scotland, I know Steve Clarke's his former manager, and he's being consistent and he's doing a job domestically. You can't drop him. I thought he was outstanding against Rangers at Celtic Park. He's one of his best performances in the Celtic shorts. And plus, Mick, you're looking at right back. You're looking at right back there, and Jovanovic against Ryan Kent has to happen.
There's going to be no change in that, Keith. I know as Sean said, Sean was obviously a critic of Taylor. I guess I've no saying to that myself. I wasn't his biggest fan for a while. Keith, obviously, you know that you're not his biggest fan either. So that makes the three of us. But I'm delighted Sean said it. Since the game in February, there's no way you can't start Taylor this Sunday. The guy was absolutely monumental that day. And if that's the game that it takes him to get on form, how can you not put him in? So it's going to be Taylor and Jovanovic. As you say, Keith, as well, with Jovanovic against Kent, he got in his head. He just absolutely skinned him. And Kent isn't exactly having the best of seasons either. So that's another game for Jovanovic to actually wind them up as well, especially if it's in their backyard. And then obviously, I mentioned earlier on as well with Starfelt, his confidence is going to be super high. Never mind that he didn't play for Sweden, but getting called back into the squad, his confidence is going to be sky high. And then with Carter Vickers as well, as we used like to call him in Drogheda, as a big spud head himself. The two boys are going to be absolutely class, and straight away Joe Hart is going to be absolutely running the show there with that back. I think we've got. It's the first time in a long time I felt confident with our defence this weekend. Now this could go back and bite me in the arse big time, but I feel really confident about our defence this weekend.
You feel the same, Sean, about the defence wise?
Yeah, I might be jumping the gun, but obviously with Morelos, it's a bit touch and go for him. The only worry I kind of really had was, I know sometimes Phil can be a little lightweight when it comes to kind of the 50 battles with whoever, and as much as he is putting on a bit of weight, Morelos, you could think he could. So he does play fully fit. I'm not that worried I'd have, but like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet keeps going there, Sean.
I think.
Your internet keeps glitching. You're probably got to go with the back garden at this rate. Going up to the local local area. Right, so let me see. If you just want to come back in a second.
Just touching what he said, I think he's talking about Morales there. Like obviously, I'm not buying into any of this crack. They're saying Morales could be out. They're saying Ramsey could be out. Like Ramsey's going to be fit. He's going to play. There's no doubt about
100%.
that.
I'm sure that's a part of his long clause to play these games.
I think McGregor's going to actually give it to him hard. I know that's a bit of a euphemism there, the way you said that. But I think McGregor is going to.
Which McGregor now?
You are?
Which McGregor? You'll have him on the stretcher again, will he?
I don't. But with Morales, if he's not fully fit, I think he could be an impact sub with 30 minutes to go. I don't think he's not. He's not any way of non-playable fit, but I think he definitely will come on. The only thing that I know it's going to be broadcast by Celtic fans for it, and it has been for a long time. My biggest worry about the whole weekend is hearing the commentator turn around and say penalty to Rangers. That is my biggest worry this weekend, and it's going to play in everybody's mind. There's penalties going from left, right, and center. Look, I know we've got penalties as well, but at least our penalties are actually proper penalties.
But I think we only got 6 penalties all season.
No, we've got a few, right? We've got a few. Like, we can't say we haven't got penalties, and they always have it against us when it comes to that. But these guys, it just seems to have a penalty per game, whether it's
16, 17 penalties you have.
So like, that's the only worry I have this weekend, is hearing the commentator say that. And if it's like that, it's just going to be a disaster of a game. Now, we know who the referee is. Willie Collum.
Yeah, we do. Willie Collum.
He likes to give a penalty. He does like to give one. There's no way in denying it. He's very, very quick to give a decision. He doesn't even think about it. That's my only worry this weekend about them scoring. And I can't see it coming from their front line. I can see it coming from the spot kick, or I can see it coming from a defender. That's the like a dodgy little deflected header or something like that. So look, that's me rant over about that penalty situation.
Sean, you feel the same with the whole penalty thing? Too many penalties this season you're seeing them getting?
Yeah, well, like I said, with the referee that got announced, Willie Collum, it's kind of like pick your poison up there with them though as well, because I don't know who's worse, Bobby Madden, what's his name?
John Beaton?
Is it? No, not Beaton. John Beaton, that's the one. The three of them, you know, like, I'm not going to say they're fans of Rangers, but you know what I mean.
Well, we knew Clancy was never going to get picked for the job anyway.
He's shocking.
Yeah, the only other thing I do sometimes
Gonna get Keith, is it?
Is pieces.
I think you have a 2G SIM card, Sean.
Look a little bit.
I don't know what's going on with it.
I don't know
No, I think you just need to just disconnect the internet and come back on when it's all up and going.
Right.
It's probably that insulation in that shed. That man cave, some insulation in it. That's what it is.
It's wet. It's well insulated. I'll leave and I'll pop back in. Sorry about this, lads.
No, take your time. You're fine. Okay, don't worry about it.
Typical Rovers, huh?
Oh God. Look at. Go and stand on the roof, Shaw, Billy says. You'd be better off. You know, you'd be better off. Less worried about the pens with El Duffalo out. He likes to roll around. To be honest with you, we want to talk about the captain. Callum McGregor came back for this fixture at Celtic Park and he played unbelievable. I watched his interview today. He seems very composed. He seems like he's on the money. And plus, by him not playing for Scotland the other night, Mick and Taylor not playing against Austria, B. Tom was rested as well. So the boys come back. Like we only picked up 2 injuries on international duty, and they were Johnny Kenny for the under-19s of Ireland and Welch.
Yeah. No, we're in a good position there at the minute in regards to the selection for players. And I'll be honest with you, I was watching every single international lineup to see who's there, who wasn't there.
I even watched it. I watched the Japan game the other day.
When I see who was there, I was worried. I was like, please, and there's not a little niggle here or anything. But and then it was the same with O'Reilly as well. With the under 21s, I was worried. I was hoping to God that there was going to be no injury worries, and we seem to have got away lightly. Like, it's not like us not to walk away from an international break with no injuries. That is unheard of for a Celtic. So like, I'm happy enough with what we got so far, and I think with the fact that we got game time as well, it might benefit us now on Sunday.
Yeah, it was Rio's first competitive debut as well. As I said, he didn't play. He didn't play against Australia, but it's good to see him play against Vietnam. Now, hopefully, this startup broadband is up running again. We'll be putting up a GoFundMe link for you to get the internet sorted. This right.
I wouldn't mind. The policy got changed out there a couple of years ago.
Oh well, hopefully we get a new pole in at this rate. But we'll be getting the pole out hopefully at the end of the season and flying that flag. Champions, fingers crossed. I just
Don't be jumping the gun.
I'm not jumping. I said fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You know. But like, if we were to get a draw there, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. As far as I know, we after this we have St. Johnstone. They have St. Mirren away.
It's not an easy game, and we know from that first hand. We saw that before Christmas. We got crucified with them, and like they're not exactly doing well. They have to come back from Europe that week if memory serves me correctly. Like they're going to be playing against Braga. I think they're at home the first leg, but they still have to play a European tie. Like we've got a nice little break between games now. They don't, and this is going if they stay in Europe as long as they do, it suits us down to the ground.
100%. I said this back to you months ago. I said, look, let us go out of Europe, and people are arguing with me saying, how dare you say that about Celtic going out of Europe? It's like, it's the fucking Conference League. I don't give a fuck about the Conference League. I want to win the league and get the Champions League fucking football. And people will give me shit and they're like, you're not a real fan. You don't. I'm like, look, we can't compete in every cylinder. Simple as that. But it's done as well.
Are you a season ticket holder?
Oh, you're not a real fan. You don't have that jersey. You don't have this jersey.
Oh, wet wipes. You have to love the wet wipes.
That's it. You know, you can't keep every Celtic fan happy. But the 45 people in here are enjoying Agnes. That's the most important thing. Sean, what's I gonna say? I literally just gone blank when I thought about the broadband there. Who has been your best player this season, Sean? It's like 8 Mile. It's about to do the rap.
Still not coming through.
Go on, Rabbit! You're on mute. You're on mute. Good. Oh God, he's gonna have to go out for a few minutes. That he has to go outside to that back garden. Seriously, he has to be in the dark. It's.
I remember this time last year, Keith was having those problems, so I know how he feels.
I know there's nothing worse when you're doing a podcast and then because people watch over and they're just gonna be like, oh, this is a shit podcast. That fella's acting the bollocks. The chap is trying his best, like, you know.
They're all welcome to come on and join us.
That's it. Let's go to the comments anyway. Great to see Red Scotland in here. Mind the gap. They shot it. Is it fair that Morelos is allowed to play with 4 legs? Like, look, they could score. My honest prediction is I think they're going to come out and really press in the first half against us because they're in the home crowds. The fan, and then I think we're going to blow them away in the second half.
For this the last one, isn't it?
Hopefully this is the last one. If you can't get this right, you're going out to the back garden. You might as well start stocking them wheelie bins and get on top of that man cave.
Just what you're saying there about the best player of the season, I think it's easy to say. I think a lot of Celtic fans will agree with me. I think Joe Hart has to get player of the season, no matter what. I think it's safe to say, like, the man has been monumental. Many clean sheets he had for Celtic. I think he's like 20-something clean sheets and all.
23 clean sheets, I think, yeah.
Like that, like for a person that was in his position, getting no chances, getting slated. He went from club to club to club to get a chance, and then Postecoglou took a chance, £1 million, bargain if you ask me. And look,
cut the wages in half.
look what he's done for us. Like, how can you say that guy is not player of the season? I know we're nowhere near the end of the season. You can we'll probably end up putting the hex on him as well. You can end up having an absolute howler for the next 6 weeks. Touch wood that he doesn't happen.
I'm gonna get butchered for this now. I'm gonna get butchered for this, Mick, and I'm gonna ask the both of you this question, and I want you to answer. I want everybody in the audience to answer this as well. So like, who wants to be a millionaire? Right, get the pads out. Start putting your answers in.
Just have a supply drink for this one, right? Go on.
That's it. But thinking about the whole Joe Hart situation, yes, he retired international football. I think it was about 5 years ago. With his experience of him playing first team football and England on a bit of a fucking mad goalkeeping situation, because Pope is not the greatest. Ramsdale is playing quality for Arsenal, and Pickford is absolute mince. Better all putting skill bag in goal. Should England consider calling up Joe Hart just to have him as a backup keeper for Qatar?
I'd be delighted to see it.
As just as a senior figure in the dressing room, I know Southgate goes for younger players, like you can see Henderson and all, but okay, this is not an England podcast, folks. It's a question.
No, as a Celtic fan and a player that plays for the shirt, clearly plays for the shirt, I'd be more than happy to see him go and represent his country. And now, like, I'm not going to support England. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no question about that.
Like Fraser, when Fraser went there, you were delighted.
Fraser was called up there a few weeks ago, and I was delighted to see him getting called up. So, but if Joe Hart got called up, I would be wishing him nothing but the best of luck. Now, I'd hoping that he wouldn't get put into the sticks, and then England get bet 4-0 every game. But like, I'd still love to see him get called up, just to get his confidence levels up, because that suits us down to the ground. When you see a player getting called, and this is a Postecoglou thing as well. Postecoglou said playing for your country should be one of the greatest feelings of your life. And to see any Celtic player getting called up for the country is going to do them worlds and worlds of the confidence boosts. So I don't care what country you're from, what country you play for, just get into the squad, and it's brilliant. I'm going back to what I said at the start of the podcast. Starfelt's confidence has been rejuvenated big time by getting called into that Swedish squad, and I'm delighted for the guy, and it's going to do worlds of wonders for us.
Plus, he gets to sit beside some handsome bastard called Zlatan. I'm
hoping he was in his ear as well. I say, come to Celtic for a year. Come on, you don't need the money.
Sean, what do you think about the Joe Hart? Would you think England should look into maybe calling Joe Hart back for the? Boy, fucking Jesus!
You're mute again, is he?
What is going on with this?
Sean, mate. I know how you feel.
Just go outside. Just go outside. Just hold
your phone. Just hold the phone up to your face. Go on. What a debut. That's
it. Oh God, feel sorry, folks. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell me about the score predictions on. I think Joe Hart. Oh, what a player! What a player he's been. Like, as I said, he's loving Celtic, and he came out and said that the Old Firm derby was one of the best atmospheres he's ever felt.
What?
Celtic Park.
What?
Yeah, but he's obviously going to say that to the English media,
I still don't know what game you're talking about, Keith.
I'm sure Callum McGregor had a word with him this morning in the nice town saying, what are you talking about, mate?
Well, McGregor said a few weeks ago himself as well when he's on the interview. So like,
you were playing for Man City with Aguero when the last Old Firm was on, mate. What are you talking about?
But yeah, no, like it would be between three players obviously from this season, and like it was going Kyogo's way at one stage that he's going to get Player of the Year, and it still potentially could happen. Giakoumakis been absolutely brilliant the last while. 2 hat-tricks in two home games. That's it's been a long time since that's happened. I can't remember if any time it's ever happened. But I just think we had a keeper problem for a long time, ever since with the Fraser situation. Then last year we went through with 3 keepers last year, and then we got Joe Hart in this year, and it's just.
I thought we only went through 2 keepers. I don't know who that Greek lad was. I thought he was some kebab maker or something like that. I don't know.
I think they found him behind the fucking chippy van inside Parkhead and just like, here, there's a pair of gloves standing nets for us for the game, will you?
I was convinced he was a cleaner or something like that, doing work experience or something over from Greece.
He's not a goalkeeper anyway. He has a nice little wage bonus out of us anyway.
Chap wouldn't catch a fucking goal, never mind catch a ball.
A cold wouldn't have him.
But he's came out and said that he wants a move out of Celtic. Look at Barkas, wish him the best.
I'll pack his bags for him.
You know, there's been people many times on this channel saying, "Oh, jeez, I'll drive him to the airport free of charge." You know,
I'll fly the plane for him.
You know, definitely. How many Celtic fans were saying, "Well, Celtic should have bought"? I was always pro Joe Hart. And Mick was always pro Joe Hart because we talked about Joe Hart the summer before this. And we were talking about, at the time, there was links that we were going in for Henderson off United because he wasn't going to guarantee to get first team football. There was talks of David Marshall at the time, Joe Hart, and Barkas. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously, you go back over them videos making, and there's me boasting up Barkas saying, "Oh, he got man of the match performance in the Allianz Arena. He knocked us out of Champions League qualifiers. He's a Greek capped keeper. He's done well in this." I was boasting him up to be a good keeper, and then obviously came to Celtic, and I just knew that this guy didn't have a fucking.
I just have to see one of the comments coming through there from Red Scotland. Fair play to me.
I always was, bro. Barkas 2 kebabs, 4 quid. Howling. Haven't seen Barkas smile once. I don't think I've ever seen him smile, to be honest with you. I just probably think I think it's that Zorro Tash.
But look, just as we're saying about Player of the Year, like I know we're on the running now at this stage, and we're entitled to start talking about who's been our best players this season. You have to think about it at this stage, Keith. 7 games to go. It's all for nothing. If it doesn't turn out to be our way. So it's been a hard-fought season, a season that we didn't expect. But again, it's getting back to the stage that's Celtic fan feeling. If we don't get what we need, we don't get what we want, it's going to be a disaster for season.
He's back. Next door neighbour said, I'll take him in for the night.
Is this any better?
100% better. Clearer. Sounds better. It's like you had to get a brand new phone.
Stop! Is that shed out the back there? It's a killer. It's a great.
It's the Barkas Cave. That's what it's going to be called. That's what you should call the YouTube channel, the Barkas Cave.
Oh no, Larson's Lounge.
Lubo's Lounge. That sounds better. That's it, folks. What should Sean call his Celtic shed? What should he call it? What player should he call it?
The Loudon.
We call it Larson's Bar after the dog.
Oh, well then, we call it Larson's. If I ever build a back cave, I'm calling it the Barkas hut.
Call it Billy's Bar.
Georgie Samaras. Now here's a question for you, right? If you were to win a treble this season, right? Now I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just throwing it out there, folks. I'm not jumping. I'm trying to put bad luck on us here. If there's a bit of a slow noise there. It's like, yeah, I can hear a bit of a static noise there. But anyways,
is it me?
I don't know. It's like something out in Crimea River or something.
It has to be me.
Lambert's shed. That's not a bad one. But if you were to win a treble and Georgios Giacomakis scores the winner in the Scottish Cup final, now look, I'm not getting ahead of myself. It's only a dream. It's only a fucking dream before everybody starts jumping on this. Is he gonna be a bigger legend than Samaras, considering the rebuild?
He needed a couple of seasons before he'd been considered like that. He's been brilliant, but he still needs a couple of seasons before he's a Samaras legend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tell you, I think he's potential to be a top player. Like,
but we didn't sign. He scored so many goals in the Eredivisie, and he was the best, top goal scorer. We signed him for that, and he seems to be proven now. Once he got fit and a bit of match time under himself, he seems to be kind of getting his money's worth out of him now. Like, so, even though we signed him for free, did we?
Yeah. We got him for 2.5 million, but he was top goal scorer in the Eredivisie with a team that got relegated. So I think that speaks volumes about him.
They were saying that if they stayed up, they were looking for 9 million from him.
Yeah, there you go. That's a bargain if ever you're gonna get one. Like,
well, the biggest bargain of the day in regards to Celtic transfers is Ben Doak going to Liverpool for 600 grand. That's the biggest bargain of the day.
Yeah, 600 grand. That's going to go up to 1 million if he gets appearances and then signing on clauses and stuff like that in the future. And but okay, let him go. At the end of the day, I wish him the very best. He had 3 appearances for Celtic. So for who? Giacomakis. If VV Velo stayed up, they would have. That's what they were marketing at to sell. But okay, he scored over 25 goals in the Eredivisie against the likes of Feyenoord and Ajax and PSV. Speaking of PSV, Ruud van Nistelrooy is at the taking the PSV job.
Is he?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Best luck to them.
That's it, 650 grand. And plus, obviously that young boy, Josh Dada, he's at the signing a pro contract with Celtic. He's a right wing back. So there is players coming through the system.
Mm. It's frustrating.
It's going again, is it?
That gone again, is it?
No, you're fine, go ahead.
No, he came on against Dundee United, I think it was, and he looked a smashing player, you know, fearless, and I know for every one of them you'll have, you know, like a player like, I know he's only young, but like Adam Montgomery, who kind just hasn't really worked out for so far. Hopefully it will in the future, but
well, he's Aberdeen. He's at the Aberdeen loan. He's getting a consistent football there. I think Adam Montgomery probably needs another season away from the first team. And I always keep saying it. If Mikey Johnson wants to get into that Celtic team in some aspects, he has to go on loan. He's not good enough to fill that team.
He's not
that left wing.
Definitely not a starter for us at the moment. He too raw. I think injuries have obviously hampered him. I remember I went to see him play. Went to see, it was under Brendan Rodgers, played at Dundee, and he was unreal. I think he scored 2 goals in the game. But
that was the cup. That was the cup game, wasn't it?
Was it a cup game? It was in Brendan Rodgers last season. It was. He scored 2 goals. It could have been the cup.
Yeah, did it not go to extra time? Was that the match I'm talking about?
No. This is in the league. This was. I think he scored a header. He was playing up top on his own. He was, but he absolutely ran the show. He did. He was brilliant. But injuries have killed him.
Well, hopefully he gets a loan move, and that's what he needs. And people in the comments would say the same. If someone's going to come into his comments and say, Mikey Johnson's good enough to play in that left wing on Sunday, I think you need to stay off the glue, folks, because there's no way Maeda or Jota. So we're gonna go for Miguel's starting lineup. I know obviously gonna go for the same back four.
Yeah, Hart and Nets. Just obviously just repeating what I said earlier on. Obviously, Juranovic right, Taylor left, Starfelt, Spuddy Vickers in the centre mid. The midfield we got Hatate, O'Reilly, and McGregor. Gonna go Giacomakis obviously up front. We don't know if Kyogo's going to be fit or not. If it's too soon to put him in, especially for such a high caliber game. I think we wait. He might come on as an impact sub if he's fit. I can. If he's on the starting lineup, if he's on the bench, he will definitely make an appearance. I think. I'm going to go with Jota and.
Bit of an echo there, isn't there?
Yeah, I got that. Still going, is it?
Don't know what that is anyway, folks. Just a bit of a weird noise, so just give me a second now. I'll change the mic. Close YouTube. Let's see. Is that working now? I don't know what the hell that was. Some talking about the devil or something.
Not actually what there.
Yeah, it's just I think it's the connection tonight, folks. I do apologise.
Yeah, so just to finish up that one, I'm going to put Jota on the left and Abada on the right. I'm going to say Maeda will come in later on if need be.
What about yourself, Sean?
I would, yes. I would tend to go with, so pretty much back to front. It's Hart. Right. Is it gone, is it?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
Sorry. We go Joe Hart, right, two centre half, Starfelt and Cameron Carter Vickers. Left back, Greg Taylor, McGregor, Atate, and O'Reilly in the middle. And I'd go with Maeda, Jota, and Giakoumakis up front. Pretty much the same team that we've played for the last few weeks.
So no one's saying Kyogo, eh? These are all hoping not for a Kyogo return. Be like the Undertaker.
I really hope that there is a Kyogo return, to be honest, but it's way too soon to put him into the mix. Like, you put him in, like if you put him on with 25 minutes to go, then absolutely go for it. But
no, you know what you do, Mick? You bring Kyogo and you bring Maeda on and just run up them flanks, chasing everything.
With the Imperial flag behind him, and running up with the defence.
That's it.
Kamikazes.
Jesus. But yeah, them. Like, I don't know. I don't want to. I know he's want to start a Tate. I just don't know if Tate is going to be able to deal with that. He has played good away from home this season, but I hope Tommy Rogers is fit. I'd play Tommy Rogers and O'Reilly and Callan there.
He took the knock though. I can't see that actually happen. I can really see him going with the lineup that we just mentioned, and there's a few other people that have more or less just gone with the exact same lineup as well, I think. So just the only reason I wouldn't start Maeda is because he was pulled out of the Japanese squad. We don't know what his fitness is like, but I go with Bada because I think if you bring a Bada into this game, he'd be too loose. I think he needs to start that game because for the type of player he is, he'd be bullied straight away. I don't think he'd be able to actually fit into it as an impact sub.
So you're gonna go for the Bada, Jota and Giakoumakis up front, Sean, as well. He looks like he's asleep there.
Me? Wait. Is this in the bedroom now? So I don't know if it's any better.
Go outside. Go over to Dailyman Park with you.
Oh God, you're gonna be ringing up the internet before tomorrow. I'm like, I was on a podcast last night. It looked like he was asleep most of the time. Maybe it's the phone. Maybe you have too.
Bren watching this back now. How bad the internet is.
Oh, you've no idea how bad it's going to be, mate.
Yeah. So let's go to the comments. All right, Keith. New followers of the channel: Mark and Alan from Parkhead, comrades.
Let me just try something.
Mark, hope you're well. Can't play Rogers and O'Reilly. They're basically the same player. Not really. Of course you can. Go ahead, Sean.
It's just not his night at all, is it?
Yeah, he'll end up there anyway. I told you, get the roof, lads. Right, Sean, I'm going to dump you out and try to get you back in a few minutes. Seriously, I don't know what it is. You probably just have to reset your phone.
Clear the cash and cookies. The old saying.
That's it. Clean out the cookies. Too much. Don't know what he's watching in there, but yeah.
Be careful now. Don't be accusing him of that.
You're probably watching some from Sydney Super Cup spam or something. I don't know. Or bad it was quite last time at IBROX, but it was only early days in his Celtic career. Like a lot of players. Look at Jovanovic. That was his debut.
Yep. Kyogo's first game as well. Like the first game at IBROX, you can't exactly say anybody played well that day. I think we probably controlled them in the first 45 minutes, but then the second half we just keel off. Like there was no Jota that day. There was no Giakoumakis that day. Our defence we're still trying to figure things out. There was still a brand new team. They were only together a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So you look at, if you want to talk about Abada in regards to derby games, look at Abada the last game. He scored an absolute cracker.
Yeah, it was a nice finish. We should have been up like 6-0 at half time against them.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the last game. Like I predicted me scored last time. I got it right. I'm sticking to that time. So, but I just say it's going to be a completely different game this weekend. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's the exact same game as last time, but I think it's going to be a completely different game this time.
I'm going 2-1 on Sunday.
You're not going to like my predictions, though.
I think you're going to go both teams to score. I think you're going to go 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2.
2-2. I think it'd be a late equaliser, like between 85 and 90 and stoppage time. I think it's going to be a late equaliser for either team. And if anyone's watching, the last predictions that I've made, I think I've made 5 predictions out of 7 last time. So if you're a betting man or a woman, I go and take the prediction.
It looks like we're going to have the 700 fans in there. Look, I had a big moan about the whole thing, saying that why would you even give them 55 quid or 56 quid?
Do you know what would be funny? We were always talking about this the other night. They gave us 700 fans and we gave them nothing for the return toy. I think it'd be absolutely priceless.
And then turn around and say to them, yeah, give us the money that you owe us for smashing the toilets.
There you go.
Never let you back in.
Which time?
Let you back in. Yeah, many times. Absolutely disgusting. I think it's 13 grand they owe us altogether. You know?
Yeah, but I still think it'd be hilarious just to like give them none.
Imagine penalty for Celtic the weekend. Imagine it was a winning penalty at IBROX for Celtic. That
just as long as you ran it for just taking it.
Yeah, that'd be class, wouldn't it? That'd be brilliant. Is that better now? Is it, Mark? Yeah, that would be unbelievable. Imagine like that penalty goes down to all these penalties they've been awarded all season, and we with that crucial gap at the top to make it 6, and we win the league with 6 points down to
look,
that penalty.
Here's the thing we have to keep in mind as well, right? That goal
Callum
difference.
Callum McGregor's not taking the penalty.
Yeah, that goal difference is a point alone in itself. All right, we've got 14, 15 goals better than them as far as I'm aware. So that goal difference is a point in itself. So no matter what happens the weekend, we're still going to be top of the league, no matter what. So we have to keep that in mind as well. It's not the end of the world if we lose, right? I'm don't mean to be Mr. Negativity bringing it up the whole lot, but we do have to think about that scenario as well. If we lose, we're still top of the league. They're not going to put 7 goals past us. It's not going to happen. But I still think that goal difference could be a crucial thing come the end of the season. I hope I'm wrong, but you remember what happened in 2003? They beat us by a goal. They beat us by a goal. So we have to keep going our goal difference, and it could prove by the end of the season. But it could be goal difference again.
Sure, we'll smash St. Johnson hopefully by 5-0 or something. People expect that, but you just have to take every game as a cup final. And I know.
But the running as well, it's going to be a lot better for us because we're going to have at least 4 home games for the running.
More likely with the split fixtures, we'll have them probably the second fixture as usual, because Sky Sports will want to milk it and make sure.
They'll also have 4 away fixtures as well for the split. But as it stands, they'll have 4 away fixtures, and they're not easy place to go. They'll have us, they'll have Dundee United, they'll have Hart, they'll have Hibs, and they'll have Livingston, and only one of those games are at home. As it stands, send them to macaroni.
The last time they scraped the macaroni, but look it's always a tough place to go. But we got the result. What a result this season, going there and actually getting the hoodoo over it, don't we? Go to Easter Road, getting the result there as well. I know we drew Easter Road the last outing, but our away form has been unbelievable this season. And I think it's the last time we actually lost away was Livy.
It would have been, yeah. It would have been, yeah. Just as I thought, yeah, it would have been. And that was a couple of weeks after losing to them.
Yeah. So it was Hearts, them, then Livy. So look the steps we've made on our way from. And then they were talking before we beat Aberdeen. They were saying that we didn't win away for 10 months or something like that in competitive football. So we're going places here.
Yeah, no, it's as I said earlier on, it's not something we expected at the start of the season. And Paul John was on Sky Sports the other day, and he was talking about it, and he was saying every Celtic fan was hit and miss about Postecoglou coming in. We thought it was going to be another disaster season. Then the Hearts result came in. Then they dropped points, and then they beat us. And then all of a sudden we're down and out. We don't know. We're basically handing the title back to them again. And we're like, right, what's that to happen? It took us a long time to turn around, especially even with the European campaign that was going on. We weren't sure what was going to happen.
We beat them on Sunday, Mick.
I am not saying what this guy is saying, John. Cheers, John. But I will only feel like that when we beat them at Celtic Park, and if it's 9 points or 6 points, then I'll turn around and say, right, the league is theirs. I think we've so much football to play. Yes, they have so many away games. As you said,
These two games are going to decide the league.
100%. And it was going to be that outcome anyway. I think after the last one at Celtic Park, it's going to go down to the last two.
One side of me wants this, and the other side of me, which is probably about 60-70% of me, that completely doesn't want this. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say it anyway. I'll probably get absolutely shot down. But I can see a helicopter Sunday happening.
You've been saying that since the start of the season, for fuck's sake.
And I'm telling you, it's still looking like it. It's still looking like it.
Hope it isn't, because I swear to God.
I hope not. I hope not. I don't think the heart attacks wouldn't. They'd be piling up. There'd be more heart attacks than COVID cases that day if that was the case.
Jesus. Well, we should be no helicopter Sunday. I don't. I've been looking at his face, that picture. I don't blame him.
I'm just like, oh jeez, no, he didn't say that, did he?
Jesus, you're downgrading Celtic here, for God's sake. Oh, if we win, it's their title to lose. I agree with you, Anthony. Yeah. Always makes fair points in this podcast. Always on the money. Exactly. We'll be in cruise control, and that's when this is what my fear. Like Mick is talking about, their away games to come up. The home games are going to be pressure on the fans. The fans will be literally on edge. They'll be like, go.
That's and what then, gets you through it, Keith. And it's happened twice to us there in the last couple of months. Dundee United and Dundee.
And you go back to that
smell the glove.
97, 98 season. You see the lads like
smell the glove.
That's it. Smell like the Zorro mask, the Cal mask. It's already.
Oh, come here! If we win the league this year and Conor McGregor's still wearing a mask, I'm going to get a tattoo of the mask around the podcast. If we win the league, and I'm jumping the gun here, I will actually draw a mask on my face that night, and I'll wear it for the whole night. So I will.
I'm gonna look into buying one of them masks on the internet, big time.
Just do this the whole night. So
I'm gonna wear one for Easter Sunday. That's the plan.
Yeah,
that's the plan. But yeah. So we'll see what happens, folks. I'm meant to be back on Saturday night for the podcast. It's going to be very repetitive than what we spoke to, but we'll all be buzzing. I might have a can or two for the big match on for the build up for the game on Saturday.
Well, we got a big night on Saturday, right? First of all, it's my mammy's birthday on Saturday, so happy birthday, mammy, for that one. Second, we've got WrestleMania start. WrestleMania's on, and then we're going to be buzzing then for the new firm on Sunday morning.
Well, hopefully, Stone Cold Stunner Ange hits Gio Stone Cold Stunner.
Hopefully, big Drew McIntyre, the big hun himself, gets absolutely battered on Saturday night.
Yes. Hopefully, Sheamus fighting him, is he?
I don't. Hopefully, Sheamus comes out and actually gives him the old the bro kick and say, "What you think of that fella on the hoops?"
The Phantom of Cal McGregor. I'm telling you, them masks. Just get a tricolour Cal McGregor mask. It'd be unbelievable.
Well, we don't say the Phantom of the Opera. We say the Phantom of the Up. That's what we say there.
I think that Sorrow does need that mask, because his vision of trying to tackle players is shocking. You know, and Sorrow won't be in any contention. I don't think Sorrow will see a Celtic shirt for the rest of the season, unless we polish the league up early, which is a lot to ask for.
There you go. It's like the commentators coming in there, Keith, and it's just after basically going, they're taking your statement. You may copyright that now. If we win the league, yes, smell the mask. That's going to be the same for the season. We get T-shirts made for that if that's the way it goes for the season.
Smell the mask. This tricolour mask.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there, pal.
That's it. There you go. There's a marketing stuff, man. Don't be telling anyone else about that.
I'm putting the text message out already.
Smell the mask. That sounds minging. That does. Smell the glove was bad. Smell the mask. So is anyone going the game on Sunday in these comments? Be brave. Say yes. Say no. You know, as I said, I appreciate everyone watching tonight. These are all legends. If you haven't seen the two videos today I put up talking about Carter Vickers. Look at the Carter Vickers stuff. It's all speculation, folks. This channel is all down to speculation. I can't give facts. I can't give sources because I'm not bleeding. I'm not Fabrizio Romero. Like, all I can do is speculate. You go off the Twitter feed, you go off, and you see on the Celtic news now, and that's the way it's done. Yes. Well, I hope you enjoy the game. You bring a bit of luck. That's the most important thing.
Nothing against anybody going to the game at all. It's like I wouldn't have been against. I wouldn't have been for taking tickets off them. But look, it's still going to be great to have fans there. I think it is going to add to it, and it's going to be a bonus to us, I think.
Let's go back to that game in 2019, Mick. Edwards scored. Remember that first 25 minutes? That goal in. It was kind of like the Hooper goal. Remember that Hooper goal? I know we ended up getting beaten that 4-2 game, but that Hooper goal, it was the day that El Kadori scored as well. He just stood there and he was like, boom. But Edwards was just like put into the far corner and he started on like that and all. I was just like, we're on for something. I remember I was in Bulgaria and I was sitting there in the restaurant and there was two Scots there and I didn't know they were green or blue and I had my Celtic top on and I was just like, I won't say anything to them just in case, just keep it civil. I'm sitting on there just sipping away on me beer and Celtic scored. The two that jumped up. Yeah, I was like, yes.
Happy days. I'm in. Well, just on that one, remember it was years ago. It was 2004, and it was the first game against them. It was IBROX that season, and John Hart scored. It was a 1-0 win. It was the second half he scored. We're sitting in Malta. Me and my dad were sitting under the TV in this bar. Next thing we're hearing, we just beaten by Porto a couple of months before that. And you hear a lot of Rangers fans behind us say, "Go on, Porto! Come on, Porto!" And me and Dad's like, "Right, Hart's at the score here. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?" And at the end of the game, 90 minute, just started dancing around the place. The boys looked at us. They started putting the Rangers jerseys on top of us, saying, "Yeah, just keep your head down there. Let's keep your head down there when you're walking out the door."
It's unbelievable. I remember we were talking about the Scott McDonald goal. I remember being away in where was it? We were in Gran Canaria. And obviously that Scott McDonald goal, that was I think it was New Year's. Correct me, folks. New Year's 2009, or it was New Year's 2009. I remember after coming in from drinking all night, after being out with some English lassie. And so I had to come in.
Josephine Hart, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't Josephine Hart. I wasn't Sharon Hart as well. But I was obviously, the usual sambucas and the pina coladas and all that stuff, Club Tropicana stuff.
If you like pina colada, we'll be having a few of them on Sunday if that's the case.
So literally went home, polished up, got the jersey on, went to the Irish bar across in the Irish Centre. It's beside the Greenfields Hotel in Gran Canaria, folks, in Playa de Ingles, this place I'm talking about. And obviously 6 months before that I went there with my mates and I put up a Jinky flag I had. Jinky flag saying Keith's flag, Jinky Johnson, and it was a tricolour it was, and I ended up taking the flag back. Coming home, I had to bring the flag home. I was like, you know what, it's had to be in there for 6 months. I'm bringing it back. But anyways, there was a Rangers fan in the boozer, and he had the Union Jack shorts and all on. Oh, it was absolutely.
Is this the famous picture of your man with the Union Jack shorts and he cacks himself?
No, I was thinking that myself as well, to be honest with you. No, definitely not that. But yeah, Scott McDonald. It was a real stalemate game, and it was in the second half. Skippy got the ball, turned, boom, volley in. And my aunt and uncle that got me into Celtic were at that game in IBROX. This is when we had the full stand, and my auntie was 8 months pregnant at the game. And my cousin, 8 months pregnant. She had the cameras out now. Surprised I Wars didn't go.
That's one thing. That's one thing she could say is like you were at a Derby game. She was at an Old Firm game. Funny enough.
Yeah, geez, it's something that you never see ever again, man.
No, absolutely.
Neil Lennon was the last manager to manage Celtic in an Old Firm.
There we go.
Was it Chris Commons? Hooper was the last one to score in an Old Firm, wasn't he?
3-0 game.
Mulgrew was forced with the header. Then I think it was Common.
It was Hooper got 2, wasn't it? Well, Hooper got 1. Yeah, Hooper got 1 late on. Yeah.
And then Common got the chip, didn't he?
Got the jelly and ice cream game.
Yeah, and then Hooper got the second half, was about 30 yards out, and the ball just went into the right corner.
Yeah, but I'll probably go and watch that now on Saturday night. Just get myself in the mood.
There's nothing better than that YouTube clip, that whole 17, 18 minutes of the goals from 07 to 17.
Yeah,
And
definitely think I'm going to have to get that on the TV now on Saturday night now before I go to sleep. If I sleep.
Do you know what I love? I love the Larson's Rocky. I love that YouTube clip. That always gives me the shivers and the emotions. Obviously, it's them going on to do 9, and then you see this Larson just coming out, and the Rocky music comes on.
And smell the glove.
And
Smell the glove.
the star of it is fancy a free iPods. Fancy winning the free iPods. But yeah, that Larson video, it's an emotional video because you see him scoring in Seville, and then you see him obviously turning one of the goals he scores against them as well with the volley against them, and then you see him at the end crying, like clapping. It just breaks your heart. It does. Breaks your heart. You know. Unbelievable. If we go 1-0 up, IBROX will be more toxic than Chernobyl. I don't really think it is, to be honest. It's quite contaminated anyway.
They're getting all the volunteers will be out there that day. Well, they're volunteers, like to all the plumbers and the electricians and the plasterers to fix the place up. We hear they're asking for them as well. So it says enough about the place. They're trying to get it fixed up by their own caliber.
Gaz was saying on the podcast last week that the both clubs need to sit down after the cup game, and the SFA need to sit down and say, look, enough of this allocation crap. Need to get this sorted.
It's going to come down to season tickets. It's because it's season ticket. It's going to come down to season tickets.
After the cup game, you're going to look at Hampden. Hampden's another shithole as well, folks. Every time we go to Hampden, we lose and I get food poison. So I'm staying away.
So the moral of the story: do not go near the place.
Yeah, last time I was in Hampden, we got beaten by Ross County in the League Cup, and in the following season, we start winning trebles. So Keith is barred from Hampden. Don't suggest Hampden to me. Never say, oh, you're going to the cup final, the cup semi-final. No, I'm not. We're unbeaten at Hampden since the last time I was there. So I'm not touching it. No, he was saying that the both clubs need to sit down and actually grow up about this. Like, I know they started this shy. Just grow up, sit down, get the allocation right. If they're gonna keep giving us 700 fans for the next 2 years, it's not good enough, you know. So we'll see. What happens.
They're going to have to actually sort something out, but I think it is going to come down to season ticket holders, because season ticket holders this year I've bought them with the expectation of being able to go to a Rangers game. Okay, so if we turn around and be in that, say if I bought a season ticket and I had to renew it for next year, I'd be like, right, am I going to be guaranteed a ticket for a derby game? And they'd be saying no. Then like, right, I'm not going to renew my ticket. So it's all going to come down to how the season ticket holders feel. I can't see any resolution happening anytime soon. I can see this going on for a long time. So,
well, like obviously for the home fans at Celtic Park, it was magical that they weren't there and it was like a full house. I'm sure they're gonna feel like that as well. Well, they're gonna have 700 fans in, but they'll still feel like a full house. Like I remember watching that derby at the start of the season, and I was like, I said it to Aiden. I said, Aiden, you'd be better off putting this on mute because you don't want to hear them singing. You'd be better off putting on mute and putting the reps or something on, or some Celtic songs on. You know.
That's what my mind would have been.
I think Jack and Maccas will blow them away, to be honest.
I'm not making too many predictions like that this time. It's just I'm just too nervous to make big statements for this weekend.
Right, well, Mick, we'll let you go, and then what I'll do is I'm going to stay this on for another 5 minutes, folks. Get through your comments. Thanks very much to Mick and Sean for buzzing on tonight. Sean is obviously on the phone to Virgin Media at the moment, trying to get his internet sorted.
Enjoy the game, folks. The weekend, right? Hey, so, Keith, thanks, mate. I'll see you again, right?
No problem. So, look at folks. I'll get through the comments here. 700 fans laughing at 50k will be outstanding. Kind of similar to what happened back in. Well, I know we had 850 fans for the Johnny Hayes and Edward result, but it's been a while since we've been there. And to be honest with you, we're vaccinated. You know, you're gonna keep that mask on because the place is contaminated, stinky. It's worse than the Clyde. I'm quite confident. Look, you gotta have to be confident in being a Celtic fan. If they'd let you down, you get back on the horse and expect a victory the next game. That's the way it is in football. If we lose on Sunday, which I hate saying, we're still, we still have another fixture left against them. As I said, these two games are the biggest games of the season, and then obviously we have a Scottish Cup contest against them as well, which I'll be out for, folks. I'll be out. I'll be going out for the pub for it. I won't be on out this weekend for the game. I didn't get a babysitter, but I'm going to be out for the Scottish Cup on Easter Sunday. What a game ahead, eh? But let's just get this game over and done with. Like they might just, Golson might still have a nightmare, and Kent still might have nightmares, and Tavernier of Celtic Park. They've been scraping results all season, and we need to go out there, just play them at the game, just play the 4-3-3 system, and just hit them with pace. Hit them with pace. With pace, like Jovanovic can get up that wing. Taylor second doubts himself, and that's what I'm worried about. Are you going to Hamden, not touching the place? No, definitely not. I know what you mean. Same, Jackie. I'm a bit nervous. As I said, we always do be nervous on a Saturday night. A few songs go on. You have the jersey on, you have the can on, or you have the vino, or you have the gin out. Just be you. So, folks, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone joining tonight. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. I apologise if you watch back over this and there's glitchy moments of people's Wi-Fi going all over the place, or you hear paranormal activity going on. Internet's being pure. So look, it's been pleasure catching up with you, and I'll be back Saturday night. I'll get a few guests on. If not, it'll be Han Solo. I'll be on Saturday night to talk about the game for about half an hour. And as I said, please do me a favour, folks. If you could share this to a couple of pals, tell your mates about the podcast. At the end of the day, I know I said at 10,000, I'm going to be getting a few, give a few gifts away. So I'll show you exactly what I have to give away for you at the end of the season. I'm gonna get a few more signed top for you. So just give me a second, folks. I'll show you this. So this is what we'll be giving away to 3 lucky subscribers, unless I get more geared in for you. Now, don't be a fud. It does. The hard work pays off. So thanks to Ed's Independent Traders up in Alloa, he gave me this jersey John Hart signed in his shop. So obviously it's an NTL replica jersey. It'd be good to have. It's signed by the big man himself, Big Bad John. There you go. Look at that one there. That'll be given away. That's a size medium. Now there's no certificate to proof, but there is pictures of him signing it. So that'll be given away at the end of the season. That's a size medium, and then this will be given away as well, folks. This is obviously a remake of the Centenary jersey, and I actually have a certificate for this as well to prove that the big man signed it. Frank McAvenny. So that is a medium as well. So I'll be giving these away now. I could have framed these myself and put them up in the room, but I want to give away to people. So I'm going to be obviously giving these away at the end of the season. We probably do a little competition, boost the followers and whatever. But okay, and this will be also given away as well to some lucky follower. I'll be too fat to feed that. Doesn't matter, just pull it up. Where's the boards? And then this will be given away as well, thanks to Quality Clobber on Instagram. Giving away the size large Bumblebee, has the tag and all on it. Folks, these are remakes. So you think I'm going to go out and spend 200 quid on a classic football shorts just for a few years? Not a chance. We're about to go into recession, but you know what? A freebie's better than nothing. So there you go, just the tag and all on it. There's a little thing. So these will be all given away at the end of the season, and I'm going to work on getting more sticker packs and stuff to give away, little prizes and stuff like that at the end of the season. So I appreciate you all supporting the page. If you can just, at the end of this, share it off Will I be in Padders for the Rangers game? Not this week. No, I'll be there for the cup semi-final. So you might see me there. You know, George Cadetti, yeah. Palo de Cano. You know, as I said, they're the 3 jerseys. I'm gonna give them away. I could have framed them, but they're gone away. I'm not forgetting about I'm gonna keep my word on it. The end of the season, we'll give away a few prizes, and I won't be shipping them to Australia, folks. I'm sorry, but I'm not paying 20 quid for shipping. So I'll be America, Ireland, UK, Scotland, whatever. So we'll see. Frank, yeah, Frank. But Frank, cheers, Jackie, and beautiful prizes there, Keith. Thanks very much. As I said, we'll give them away. I have me on, but I have another bum. What are you talking about? You're on the wrong channel. Andy Tom, what a goal! That goal at IBROX. Well, look, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. An hour and a half. Thanks again to Michael. Thanks again to Sean as well for popping on. He's gonna, as I said, he's gonna have a chat with the internet company. And most of all, thank you to yous for tuning in and having the crack in the comments and keeping it going. As I said, if you just share it to WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and just say it to me. All I'm looking for is a sub. You know, it's free of charge. It's not going to cost you a penny. It just means that I see new people in here. It keeps the flow of conversation going, and everybody's happy. That's all it is. Simple as that. You know, I don't charge for subscriptions and stuff. There is a subscription, but you don't. It's not benefit for me. So the benefit is to see you watch the channel as much as you can. But appreciate the comments, folks. Good night. God bless. Hell. I'll be back on Saturday night, and I'll be back tomorrow to obviously do a daily video. So I'll be doing the video after Ange's press conference to kind of see what if he gives away any hints of who will be in contention, who will be our injury problems. So I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, and I'll speak to you all. God bless.